graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
All right, sweethearts, you heard the man and you know the drill, asshole.
Do we want to get right?
Are you ready? He's back.
Who's about to ride? Fire! It's
Rich Embury's Retrograde.
Go to richembury.rocks for links and to interact in a live chat room.
Hello, baby.
And now, your host, Rich Embury.
Yes, I am here. Have no fret. People are going, what happened to Rich? Where did he go? Did something wrong? Did he die? No. I live here in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. We do not change clocks here. We haven't, I don't think ever. The farmers don't like it. So every time they do the time change clock thing twice a year, it messes me up because we don't get reminded on the news and everywhere else, hey, turn your clocks back and all that stuff. We don't get that here. So usually I have a reminder for myself, but for some reason I didn't get my reminder. But we are starting now anyway, so going to be a little bit of an abbreviated show today because starting almost 50 minutes late today. So I apologize to everybody who's waiting for the show. So we're going to have to do some axe cutting to the show today. I will continue it on as if it's live for the podcast folks. So we'll end at our normal time. But if you want to hear the full show, you're going to have to get the podcast, which gets posted next Saturday, a week later. Just about a week later, 6 days later. But anyway, we'll try to do what we do. We got a ton of new hard rock and metal as always. We got some music history and classic rock mixed in there. And of course, our take cover game. I'll have to move that up a little bit in the show. We got 9 covers today. I might abbreviate that today too to make things fit. I don't know. We'll see. But I have so much stuff, we better get to it. We started off with brand new music from Volbeat by A Monster's Hand, the latest single dropped from them. Can't wait till the new album comes out from them. Got new music to start off this trio, though, from Billy Idol. He dropped a new single called Still Dancin', and we're going to start off with that, followed by some Alice Cooper to celebrate the 3rd studio album from the shock rocker, which came out today in history, March 9th, 1971. We'll hear I'm 18, and a great new track from The Funeral Portrait, who are re-releasing their latest album, which just came out in 2024, called Greetings from Suffocate City. They're releasing a deluxe edition with some revamps of their songs, and one of those is their song Holy Water off the album. They brought in Ivan Moody of Five Finger Death Punch to sing on this one, so we've got the new version from the latest release, and Ghost is back with a new single called Satanized. First, here's some Billy Idol. Oh yeah, and we got some Doomcrusher, Dirkschneider with Danko Jones, some Manntra, Dynazty, Phil X and the Drills, 9 Inch Nails, Arion, Queen, Mustache. Oh, there's so much to go here, but here's some Billy Idol for you. Brand new on Retrograde.
Soul in a fever, change my name, a suicide game, machine guns on, my t-shirt, it's been a long ride, but the ride is all I know. I'm still dancing, now I am alone, got everything I need next to me. Right here in my bones, I'm still there.
Live from the tundra of the Great White North to your ear holes. This is Rich Embury's Retrograde. Everything that rocks.
I train my need to indulge a state so I percolate, but I never enough to rule the world. One time, buried I sleep in a bed of bones. Oh, mama, don't think I'll be coming home, 'cause I woke up so I could rule the world. One time, bow down to the church in the center with the sun stuck in your head. Holy, your holy fire. Yeah, I'm the priest in the prayer, I'm like a savior, just like I'm holy. Holy, your holy water. Trade my soul to a wealthy man so I don't have to work again. He said, what's my price to rule the world? One time. Bow down to the church in the center with the sun stuck in your head. Holy, your holy fire. Yeah, I'm the priest in the prayer, I'm like a savior, just like I'm holding your holy water. Consume like new, it's you. We roll the dice for sacrificing you. The new and the true. Have rolled the dice for sacrificing you. Holy, your holy water, holy, your holy water, holy, your holy water. I traded my name to indulge snakes, so I ran free and broke a leg, but I felt free enough to rule the world. One time. Bow down to the church in the center with the sun stuck in your head. Holy, your holy fire. Yeah, I'm the priest in the prayer, I'm like a savior, just like I'm holding your holy water. Your holy water, holy, your holy water, holy, your holy water.
A little holy water, something we may need here on a Sin Day Fun Day with Rich Embury's Retrograde. Thanks so much for tuning in. That was the funeral portrait, Holy Water, featuring Ivan Moody of Five Finger Death Punch off their latest album, the deluxe edition, with a new version of that song that we just heard there. Before that, Alice Cooper, I'm 18 from Love It to Death. The platinum-selling third album from Alice Cooper came out today in history, March 9th, 1971, and starting off with new music from Billy Idol, Still Dancing. I mentioned the Holy Water because we got some songs, satanic songs, let's just put it that way. We all know the Ghost, the band, is he's a Satanist, Tobias or whatever, and the latest album is coming out soon, April 25th. It's called Skeleta, and they've released or dropped a new version of his mask and all that, Papa Emeritus, or it's called Papa, I can't remember what it is now. But anyway, the new single is called Satanized, which we'll hear first. And later on, I have another song in the underworld realm. Wednesday 13 has a song called When the Devil Commands as well. So get your holy water and your Bibles out for today's show, I guess. So we're going to start off with that new song from Ghosts. We'll follow it up with some Judas Priest to celebrate their 18th studio album, which came out in 2018, today in history, March 9th. Firepower. Here's something off of that. And we'll close out this trio with a cool song from Doomcrusher called Adrenaline, which features Any Given Day. But first, here's brand new Ghost for you.
living. Blasphemy, heresy, save me from the monster that is seeing me. I'm reassized. Blasphemy, heresy, save me from the bottom of my heart. I know I'm Satanized from the bottom of my heart. I know I'm Satanized from the bottom of my heart. I know I'm Satanized. I'm Satanized. I'm Satanized.
Reasons on rock and roll music and why I preach against it, and I believe with all of my heart that it is a contributing factor to our juvenile delinquency of today. I 100% believe it. Why I believe that is because I know how it feels when you sing it. I know what it does to you. And I know the evil feeling that you feel when you sing it. I know the lost position that you get into in the beat. Well, if you talk to the average teenager of today and you ask them what it is about rock and roll music that they like, and the first thing they'll say is the beat, the beat, the beat.
Dynazty. You're listening to Retrograde with Rich Embury.
Doomcrusher there. That is their song Turn Me On. Adrenaline, featuring Any Given Day. Man, I'm all flustered now because of that whole time change thing. It just messed me up here. It's a true out of control room here at Rich Embury's Retrograde today, but we still having fun. We're listening to some killer tunage, and the snow is melting, and it's beautifully sunny outside. And I'm going to go work out and get that fluster out of me after this show. But we will end at the normal time, so it's going to be early, I guess, for the folks who don't change clocks. But for the folks who do change clocks, it'll feel like normal end time. But I will keep recording my show for the last 50 minutes or whatever for podcast only. So you're going to have to hear that on podcast because I got to end at my scheduled time for all our affiliates. And before Doomcrusher, of course, we heard some Judas Priest. Today in history, March 9th, 2018, they released their last studio album, Firepower. Of course, they released another one just last year here, Invincible Shield, just the day earlier in history, March 8th, 2024. So they like March for some reason. Then we started out with some Ghost, Satanized, from the upcoming new studio album, Skeleta, which comes out April 25th. And the name I was thinking of before was Papa Perpetua. Papa 5 Perpetua is the new name for the new Tobias's ghost character thingy, whatever you want to call it. So there you go. All right, we got a reworking of the classic Accept album, Balls to the Wall, next. It was just dropped at the end of February. Udo Dirkschneider and his Dirkschneider group just released Balls to the Wall Reloaded, which features a whole bunch of star-studded singers and players on different songs, but the entire Balls to the Wall album redone, revamped for 2025. We're going to hear the song Turn Me On from the album, this one featuring Danko Jones singing along on it. And we'll follow that up with some Manntra with their song Unholy Water, Voda. And Wednesday 13's new song, When the Devil Commands, which is off of their upcoming new album, Mid-Death Crisis, which comes out April 25th. But first, some brand new / reworked Dirkschneider.
You gotta turn me on. Let's go.
To
What is the meaning of life?
Every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Unholy water!
The hunting call of the past, elder secrets made to last. To grow the flames where the ember lies, in ancient remains. Holy water will grant us sin, will grant us joy, will make us fly. Holy water, come make us sick, come make us cry, come make us die. Holy water. Ever so light through the night, all countries singing lullabies, to rise again from the fire's blaze, just ashes remain. Holy water will grant us sin, will grant us joy, will make us fly. Holy water, come make us sick, come make us cry, come make us die. Holy water, the endless darkness of the night is killing the eternal light. Come make us sick, come make us cry, come make us die. Unholy water.
The haunting call of the past. All the secrets make to last.
Will grant us sin, will grant us joy, will make us fly. Unholy water, come make us sick, come make us cry, come make us die. Holy water, the endless darkness of the night is killing the eternal light. Come make us sick, come make us cry, come make us die. Unholy water. Unholy water.
You're feeding your addiction. With Rich Embury.
From their upcoming new album, Mid-Death Crisis, that's Wednesday 13. The new album comes out April 25th. That was their song, When the Devil Commands. Before that, Manntra and Unholy Water, Voda. And starting off with Dirkschneider, Turn Me On, featuring Danko Jones. Again, that is off of the Balls to the Wall Reloaded album, the entire Balls to the Wall album from Accept, revamped, reloaded for 2025 with tons of special guest singers and so forth. So check it out. It's out already. Gonna go back a little bit to a album from Tesla to start off this next trio. It was released today in history, March 9th, 2004. Was actually their first album after a 6-year hiatus, as Tommy Skeoch was going through drug rehab. They reunited for this album in 2004 after that long hiatus. It was called Into the Now, the 5th studio album from the band. I mean, it didn't get a whole lot of accolades. It sort of got missed, but it did chart. It did chart top 50 on the US Billboard 200, but just sort of came and went. But pretty decent album from Tesla. I've always been a big fan of them. Tesla the band, not the motor vehicle, which isn't doing very well up here in Canada, but I won't go into that. We're going to hear their song, What a Shame, off the album. We'll follow it up with some Dynazty from their latest album, Game of Faces, which is out now. Pretty decent album from them. I've been listening to that non-stop. And Lacuna Coil has a new album out as well called Sleepless Empire. We'll hear the song The Siege. Then we got 3 more songs before we get to Take Cover. So 6 songs altogether before we get to the Take Cover game. So if you want to play along, if you're listening to the Sunday Fun Day version of the show, you got to get into your station's chat or Discord if they have one. If they don't, you can hit me up on any of the social medias and answer while the song is playing who did the original for 3 points and who is covering for an extra point, if you can guess that. And congratulations to Rhonda, who was our winner for February. So she will get a prize pack, and I'm getting sent some new stuff in the mail from a couple bands, so looking forward to adding that to the March package. So get on in there. If you want to submit some stuff to be added to our prizes to give away each and every month to the winner of the game, you can get a hold of me later. I'll give you my snail mail address, and you can send it out here to me, and we'll add it to the package to our international audience of winners. And again, congratulations to Rhonda. I think Victor came in second last month, so congratulations to him, but Rhonda is getting the prize this time. So here we go. Here's some Tesla from Into the Now. What a Shame. Crack it loud.
Did you think it wouldn't show? You're here with me.
I knew it didn't matter if I was attracted to her as long as she didn't start becoming attracted to me. And I thought I was in the clear until she made me a mixed CD. Listen to this. Feel like making love? You're my best friend. Do me, don't do me like that. I want your sex, don't stand so close to me. This girl's impossible to read.
Yeah, George Michael with Tom Petty? Are we partying or just hanging out?
It's Rhonda from Reno. I'm always feeding my metal addiction with Rich Embury and never miss a show. Rich is my source for new bands and music. I always learn new stuff about my favorite bands when Rich is on.
It's my world.
More spanking new music right here on Rich Embury's Retrograde. That is Lacuna Coil, The Siege, which is off their latest album, Sleepless Empire. Before that, new music from Dynazty, Fire to Fight, which is off of their brand new album, Game of Faces, also out now. And then we went old school to 2004, 21 years ago, to March 9th, 2004, today in history, when Tesla dropped their 5th studio album, Into the Now, and we heard What a Shame to start that off. 3 more tunes before we get to this week's Take Cover. We're going to see what we can fit in today with the abbreviated show. If you're listening live on the radio or the rewinds through the week, you're going to get the full show, but the live one on Sunday is going to be abbreviated due to that mess up on my part with the whole time change thing. So it's going to be messed up for us listening on the Sunday show today. We will get the Take Cover in. The folks who hear the show throughout the week, who can't tune in live on our other great affiliates, will get the full show, and so will the podcasts, because I will just continue on after the end time, if that makes sense. But we'll be back to normal next week, I promise. And then we've got that whole thing to figure out. I think Europe changes a couple weeks before us, and I don't know, it's all messed up. But I wish everybody would join us here in Sane Land, where we don't change the clocks, because you'll love it. Trust me, if it wasn't for me doing this radio show internationally, I wouldn't even notice the time changes. Yes, maybe it gets a little darker in winter, an hour earlier, whatever, or it's a little lighter, a little earlier in summer. It doesn't matter. That's just part of the seasons, and it just becomes normal, and no change in clocks. It's just silly. Get rid of it. And no switching. We're going to be on standard time. We're going to be on daylight time. Just stick with standard time. That's why it's called standard, and move on. All I got to say. But lots of folks are changing it, dropping it, talking about changing it, but there's always going to be some people who are just there to mess things up. So, but right now I am in the minority of the folks who do not change, at least here in North America. Most of the folks do change, so I have to do that with you. So anyway, my rant of the day is done. Let's get back to the tunes. New music from Phil X and the Drills. Phil X is a Canadian guitarist. He's played with Aldo Nova, Triumph. He's also taken over in Bon Jovi for Richie Sambora, who left the band for personal reasons. But he's got new music for us, which features Tommy Lee from Motley Crue in the band and playing some drums there. The song's called Fake the Day Away. We'll follow it up with some 9 Inch Nails, because their album, The Downward Spiral, the second album from 9 Inch Nails, came out yesterday in history, March 8th. 1994, and it skyrocketed to the charts. It did very, very well for 9 Inch Nails. It was triple platinum up here in Canada, 4 times platinum in the United States. It went top 20 in many, many countries, and didn't quite reach number 1 in the US Billboard 200 chart. It went to number 2 and number 9 in the UK, but very, very popular album. We're going to hear one of the only songs on the album that doesn't have F-bombs and things in it, but it is kind of a song that doesn't fit on Sundays, let's just say. And then we'll close out with some Arion, brand new from them. Then we'll get to Take Cover. But first, here's Phil X and the Drills.
Tim's voice in a
I was well brought up. Too bad you weren't.
Rich Embury's Retrograde. Everything that rocks.
Trapped in your life, I grew. You hated me, you made me bleed.
no. Not again. The creature stirs. Oh God, I think it's gonna be a gusher.
This is the 6th time in an hour. Oh God. He sounds like a chronic masturbator.
He prides himself on it.
See, I have to take care of it. Or else I'm going to explode. Just excuse me while I Oh yeah! Oh God! Oh my God! This is the thing! Oh damn it! Yeah! I'm gonna explode! Oh, take cover, Arizona!
Anytime now, man.
Oh God! Oh God! This is the best! Oh God!
Oh, yes. You know what that sound means. It is time for another edition of Take Cover right here on Rich Embury's Retrograde. Your chance to take part, to interact, to be part of the show, as you get to guess who did the original song, who is covering the song for some points. We tabulate those points, we collect them week to week, and at the end of the month, the person with the most points will get sent a prize from the many things sent to us here in the Out of Control room here in Saskatoon. We package some stuff up and we ship it off to you. And again, congratulations to last month's winner, Rhonda. She nailed it. She did very, very well. I think she almost aced it. I mean, there were a lot of 3s and 4s in there, let's just say. 4 is the most points you can get in each round. So, way to answer is if your station has a chat room or Discord server, and you're listening to the Sunday version of the show, get on in there, answer while the song is playing. Be the first to answer to get the points. If your station does not have a chat room or a Discord server, you can always hit me up on any of the social media apps. I'm on all of them except for X, and that is personal. But you can find me on all the other ones. So very easy to find at Rich Embury. If you want to learn how to play the game and how it's all about, but I pretty much explained it, you can go to my website anytime, richembury.rocks/take cover to read up more. There's some links there, as well as a WhatsApp group and Telegram group, just in case you can't find anywhere else, just sort of as a backup to answer if you want to. We got 9 covers for you today, and as always, we're going to play them back to back to back. The 4th cover, quote unquote, is actually a mashup, and we'll accept one of the 3 songs that are mashed up in there. If you can guess one of the original 3 artists that are mashed up, you'll get the 3 points for that. And again, you got to answer while the song is playing. Let's go. Let's start this off with cover number 1. Here we go.
changing.
What's doing here? What do you think he's doing? Oh man, O'Reilly. He's hawking. He's hawking for cheeseburgers.
That sucks.
Don't the hours go shorter as the days go by? Never get to stop and open our eyes. 1 minute you're waiting for the sky to fall, and next you're dazzled by the beauty of it all. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. These fragile bodies of touch and taste, this fragrant skin, this hair like lace, spirits open to a thrust of grace. Never a breath you can afford to waste. Lovers in a dangerous time. 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 Sometimes you're made to feel as if your love's a crime. Nothing worth having comes without some kind of fight. Gotta kick at the darkness till it bleeds daylight. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time.
Rich Embury's Retrograde. Retrograde. Everything that rocks.
Waiting for someone to release me. You're licking your lips and blowing kisses my baby, baby, baby.
What are you still doing in the car? Jump in, Francine! Feel the muck on your balls!
You know I don't have balls, Stan!
Prove it!
Every time I leave, you say you won't be there, and you're always there. Every time I cry your name at night, you pull close and say it's alright. I look in your eyes just like the rain, washing me clean, wash over me, touching your face. I feel the heat of your heartbeat echo in my head like a scream. What you do to me? Waited so long, I can't wait another day without you. Can't see that moment. It's a long way. Hold on, can't see that moment. See her face everywhere. Can't get her out of my mind. I'll be around. Whenever I'm alone, I'm thinking there's a part missing from my life. Yeah, wonder where I'd be without your love holding me together now. I'm watching the time take away. Face grows longer every day. Fortunes are lost on the way that I've seen, but without you, I can't breathe.
Live from the tundra of the Great White North to your ear holes. This is Rich Embury's Retrograde. Everything that rocks.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. But I'm stuck in Folsom prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps rolling on down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I've had it coming, I know I can't be free. But those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they free me from this prison, if that railroad track was mine, I better move little further down the line. Far from Folsom prison, that's where I want to stay. And I left that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
How's it going, lady humans?
Dark in the city, night is a wire. Steam in the subway, earth is a fire. Woman, you want me, give me a sign, and catch my breathing, leaving closer behind. In touch with the ground, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Smell like a sound, I'm lost in a crowd, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Straddle the line in discord and rhyme. I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Mouth is alive, juice is like wine, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Stuck in the forest, too close to hide. I'll be upon you by the moonlight side. High blood drumming on your skin is so tight. You feel my heart and just a moment behind.
from Finland. Every time I'm shoveling snow, be it white or yellow, it sucks. That's why I'm listening to Rich Embury playing everything that rocks.
This is Jennifer, reminding you not to touch that dial, or anything else.
Oh
Rich Embury's Retrograde. Retrograde. Everything that rocks.
Oh, there you go. That is Take Cover this week. How did you do? That last one was kind of a toughie. If you know, you know, I guess. Some folks might recognize the original band from songs like Personal Jesus, Master and Servant. The original was Depeche Mode, and that was In Flames covering them. Everything Counts is the name of the song. Bodan got all 4 points on that. Rhonda got 3. Nope, all 4 on that. Skyrock's got 4, and Victor got 4. So the ones that did answer knew. Cover number 8 was Precious Metal, the all-female band from the 80s/90s. They were covering G Knight's Mr. Big Stuff. And Rhonda got 4 on that. Daryl got 4 on that. Canton 58 got 3. Vanessa got 3. Big Daddy Rick got 3. Victor got 4. And Dreamstar 3 on that. Saxon on cover number 7 doing the Christopher Cross Yacht Rock classic Ride Like the Wind. Bruce got 3 on that. Rhonda 4. Vanessa 4. Kimmy 3. Kimmy J 3, I guess. Victor got all 4. Big Daddy Rick got 4. And Dreamstar 3. Cover number 6 was Superbeing doing Duran Duran's Hungry Like the Wolf. Rhonda got 3, Skyrock's 3, Bruce 3, Victor 4, Big Daddy Rick 3, Dreamstar 3. Cover number 5 was Reach, and their awesome cover of Johnny Cash's Folsom Prison Blues. Rhonda got 4 on that. Kimmy J got 3. Skyrock's 3. Vanessa 3. Big Daddy Rick 3. Major Cali 3. Victor got 4. And Dreamstar 3. Cover number 4 was a mashup, as I said. And it was another Bill McClintock mashup. The song was called Spinsryche, or a.k.a. Motor City Woman. And all you had to do is guess one of the original artists in the mashup. There were 3 mashed up in there. The 3 were the Spinners, Queensryche, and Steely Dan. Rhonda got 3 on that. Big Daddy Rick 3, Victor 3, and Bodan 3. Cover number 3 was from American Overdose. They were covering the Christina Aguilera song, Genie in a Bottle. Surprised more of you didn't get that one. But Rhonda got 4 on that. Stefan got 3, Skyrock 3, Dreamstar 3, and Victor got 1 on that. Cover number 2 was Barenaked Ladies, covering the Bruce Cockburn classic, Lovers in a Dangerous Time. Rhonda got 3, Vanessa 3, Bruce K got 3, Bad Lax 99 got 3, Big Daddy Rick got 3, and Victor got 1. Cover number 1 was Froglord, covering Aerosmith's Sweet Emotion. Rhonda got 3, Big Daddy Rick 4, Victor 4, Derek 3, Kimmy 3, and Dreamstar 3. So congrats on all you guys who played along. We'll tabulate and collect all those points, and the person with the most points at the end of the month will get the prize. I think so far Victor is in the lead for March. But we'll go back to the original part of the show now, and I just will remind you that since we started late today, at least I did because of the time change thing, those listening live on the Sunday version are going to get about 15 more minutes. The rest of you will get the full hour and 15 minutes because the beauty of recording. So the podcast folks and the folks who listen to the show in replay throughout the week will get the rest of the show. But the rest of you are getting an abbreviated show today, so I apologize for that. But that's why we have the replays and the podcasts, so you don't miss out. But anyway, enough talking. We're going to start off this next trio with some music history from the second studio album from Queen, Queen 2. It came out yesterday in history, March 8th, 1974. We'll hear the song Seven Seas a Rye to kick off this trio. And an oldie but a goodie from Canadian Nick Gilder from the 1978 album City Nights. We'll hear Here Comes the Night. Of course, most folks know him from Hot Child in the City and Roxy Roller, because he was in also his other band, which when he left, the 16-year-old Bryan Adams took over on vocals. But Nick Gilder had a great solo career, actually. It's a lot of great songs, actually. Sounds a lot like a female, but it is a dude. And we'll close out this trio with Mustache and their song Legacy, but first some classic Queen for you.
Your very souls, you unbeliever.
ugly for TV? You're listening to Retrograde with Rich Embury.
After dark, when shadow people walk, it's another world. Playing Valentino, trying to get a kiss from a trendy girl. It's that lipstick game. Captured by a look from my X-ray eyes. She look right through my best disguise. Drinking gin and tonic, anything but shy. She took me by the hand, whispered with a sigh, I want you to stay, don't go away. Here comes the night. Stay, don't be alone, so far from home. Here comes the night. Walking in the dark through the park, where the lights are low. She took me by surprise with her X-ray eyes. They're the kind that know. Touched by her affection, what a social day. Should have known she was a player in the lipstick game. Drinking gin and tonic, anything but shy. She took me by the hand, whispered with a sigh, I want you to stay, don't go away. Here comes the night. Stay, don't be alone, so far from home. Here comes the night. I want you to stay, don't go away. Here comes the night. Stay, don't be alone, so far from home. Here comes the night. I want you to stay, don't go away. Here comes the night. Stay, don't be alone, so far from home. Here comes the night. I want you to stay.
I'm gonna have the best goddamn Sunday fun day ever and figure it out later.
Figure it out later. Dick's on a plane. Sunday fun day.
Sunday fun day!
Sunday fun day, biznitches.
Sunday fun day, better than a Monday. Can only do it one way, and that is the drunk way. Sunday fun day.
Bloody Mary and a triple whiskey neat, for the love of God, hurry.
That is the drunk way.
I thought I knew my way around a twisted world. What I have learned, a broken truth and wasted time. There was a time when everything was in my reach. I let it slip, a stupid can be. That's my legacy. Don't drop that bomb on me. This is where it ends. Last stop endlessly. It's right in front of me. This once I held the fire burning deep inside. Now it's just ash slipping through my hands. That's my legacy. Don't drop that bomb on me. This is where it ends. Last stop endlessly. It's right in front of me. This is where it ends. Guided by starlight, I'm moving the moonlight. I am the beast. Don't make me blood. You're trying to make me blood, yeah. Just trying to make me bleed. That's my legacy. Don't drop that bomb on me. This is where it ends. Last stop endlessly. It's right in front of me. This is where it ends. Guided by starlight, I'm moving the moonlight. I am the beast. Don't make me, don't make me, don't make me bleed.
There you have it. Some brand new music for you from right here in the Out of Control room. That was Mustache and their song Legacy. Before that, we heard a classic from Nick Gilder. The band he was in, for some reason slipped my mind earlier, and it was Sweeney Todd. They, of course, had the number one song here in Canada back in the day, Roxy Roller, which garnered them a Juno Award, which is our version of the Grammys up here. And Nick left the band as lead singer and was replaced by a 16-year-old Brian Adams. The band never really recuperated, but Nick Gilder went on to have a bunch of hits, including Hot Child in the City, the song we just heard, Here Comes the Night, and You Really Rock Me, among others. Some great stuff. I was digging into the old Nick Gilder stuff the other day. It was kind of a treat to hear some of the stuff. Great songwriter. And we started out with some Queen there, Seven Seas of Rye. And as I mentioned earlier, some of you folks are going to get cut off here at the end of us. We're going to end early for the live folks on Sunday, but the rest of you will hear the complete show, as I said before. So we're going to close off for the live folks with Iron Maiden's Wrathchild from Killers to celebrate Clive Burr's birthday, the drummer. Yesterday was his birthday, March 8th, born in 1956. So happy birthday to Clive. And we'll play some Wrathchild. The rest of you will be back after the triplet. So if you're listening live on Sunday, stick around on your great station. Lots of great stuff coming all day long, 24/7. Do not go anywhere.
people are nuts. My antenna never interfered with my old TV.
You had cable. This is satellite.
Obviously, your thoughts are being transmitted on the same frequency.
They're on my cell phone, too.
Madam, I believe you're mistaken. Wow, that lady's got a huge ass. Those could be anyone's thoughts, fat ass.
When the abyss keeps creeping around your dreams, yet all you can do is smile when dark secrets sleep quietly inside the realms of your dull and twisted mind. How much longer will your heart ache? The truth is the ruthless, surrounding. How much pressure until you break? The truth is your only hope. We've all been hurt somehow. We've all been hurt somewhere. We've all been hurt somehow. The blues lingering, oh, just makes the veil appear more lucid for some time. The days turn away, somehow make you seal not in the bleeding of a swollen shrine. Can the truth cure a broken soul? The truth is the ruthless surrounding. Can the truth restore control? The truth is my only hope. We've all been hurt somehow. We've all been hurt somewhere. We've all been hurt somehow. Still the pain, move on. Still the pain, move on. What's lost can be found. No darkness without dawn. Still the pain, move on. Move on. What's lost can be found. No darkness without dawn. Still the pain, move on. Move on. The truth is the ruthless surrounding. The truth is your only hope. Can the truth cure a broken soul? The truth is the ruthless surrounding. Can the truth restore control? The truth is my only hope. We've all been hurt somehow. We've all been hurt somewhere. We've all been hurt somehow. We've all been hurt somehow. We've all been hurt somewhere. We've all been hurt somehow. What's lost can be found. No darkness without dawn. Still the pain, move on. Move on.
You're feeding your addiction. With Rich Embury.
See a passage in my mind with crooked teeth and hungry eyes, and all that show to me when I walk alone.
From their follow-up album, their second album, their sophomore album, Tsunami Sea, that is Spirit Box and Keep Sweet. Before that, Arrow Mines and Hurt, and starting off with some Iron Maiden, Wrathchild, to go out to drummer Clive Burr, whose birth date was March 8th, 1956. Sadly, he also died in March, on March 12th, 2013, at the age of 57. So rest in power to the late Clive Burr. Gonna keep this show going now that we've got everything back on track, sort of. You folks listening to the recorded version and the podcast version. Man, that time change thing really messes me up. I mean, I wish everybody would join us here in the sane world where there's no time changes. When you don't get reminded that you got to change your clocks and all that on the news and everything else, you just forget, obviously. So we don't have that here. So anyway, usually I'm on track with that kind of thing and I'm up and I'm set to go, but this time it caught me off guard for some reason. So one messed up show for the year. But I think we straightened her out. At least we're going to try here. New music from LA Guns to start off this trio. They've got a new album coming out called Leopard Skin. We'll hear their second single called Lucky Mother Swear Word. We've got the radio edit version of that, obviously. And we'll follow it up with new music from one of my favorite bands of late, Syra, with their latest single, Skin from Bones. Look for a new album from them coming very, very soon. And a killer new tune from Bleed From Within called God Complex. Still to come, we got new music from Harem Scarum, Broken Love, Kill the Lights, Heaven Below, Behemoth. And we'll see what we have time for, but man, we got some great tunes today, so do not go anywhere.
You run some kind of racket out the back of the van.
Let me ask you one question. Are you happy?
What kind of stupid-ass question is that? I'm rich and I'm dead sexy!
We're at a stand-up, so hear my call. I won't surrender, I want it all. So listen up and feel the pain. You found someone to blame. If there's a fracture, then I'll stay near. If there's an antidote, I'll drown it in my fear. Oh, what a mirrors, I curse the veil. But do you really You are not the monster in my bed. You are not the voice inside my head. You are just a lie, I can't pretend. To heal, I peel my skin from bones. You are not the monster in my bed. You are not the voice inside my head. You are just a lie, I can't pretend. To heal, I peel my skin from bones. I'm feeling seasick, yeah, the room is spitting and making me dizzy like venom in my veins. It got me both anxious and twitchy. It's time to open up your mind and let its truth pour raw. No more weight on my shoulders, no more weight on my heart. I need a little more clearance, breaking up with my past. Cause every thought is a fight and you won't stand no chance. High stakes, low blows, I feel you cut me open. So aim for the heart, but you are not the monster in my bed. You are not the voice inside my head. You are just a lie, I can't pretend. To heal, I peel my skin from bones. You are not the monster in my bed. You are not the voice inside my head. You are just a lie, I can't pretend. To heal, I peel my skin from bones. You are not the monster in my bed. You are not the voice inside my head. You are just a lie, I can't pretend. To heal, I peel my skin from bones.
Rich Embury's Retrograde. Crank it loud with new rock and metal, cover songs, and high-energy tunage. Stay sexy!
Executioner, body shattered like glass. I am Goliath and I mind my path. Kiss the wooden and ravens, I need you to believe it. You're heading for catastrophe, yeah. Let's fight the sides of clouded earth.
new metal from Bleed From Within there. That is God Complex right here on Rich Embury's Retrograde. Thanks as always for tuning in and hanging with me here every single week. Lots of new and upcoming hard rock and metal, some classics and music history, and of course our take cover game. I appreciate you folks. And a special thanks to our sponsor, FCK.FM magazine, the free monthly rock and metal lifestyles magazine, available online, free, absolutely free at fck.fm/magazine. New magazines out at the beginning of each and every month. Go and check it out now, fck.fm/magazine, and thanks to them for sponsoring the shows. If you like the oldies and the goodies from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, come and join me for classic rock and classic metal on my other show, Rich Embury's Power Hour. If you miss any of those shows, which you probably won't, hint, hint, whether you listen to it live on the stations that carry it live or the stations that carry it throughout the week, there are many chances to catch all of my shows. And if you miss those, though, I mean, stuff happens. It is on most major podcast apps. I do post the shows the following Saturday after they air live. So usually 6 days after for Retrograde and 3 or 4 days after for Power Hour. So, but again, the best way to listen is right here on your favorite station, because that is where all the good music is. So just hang out here and you won't miss anything, right? Speaking of good new music, Harem Scarum is back with a new song we're going to hear next called Chasing Euphoria. We'll follow it up with new music from Broken Love, Diamonds, and a killer new tune from Kill the Lights called Nothing Left. But first, brand new Harem Scarum.
Nothing fast. Hard times they come with ease.
listening to Rich Embury.
Rich Embury?
On your favorite station. Favorite station.
Diamonds in your head and you don't know what you want. Minding all the pieces, looking for the things I lost. Trying to wake me up in the middle of a bad dream. Paperback people with no eyes, what does that mean? Better let it go, let the wolf out of the door. Hey! I feel it coming back like a fever. My mind is going black, getting bleaker. Yeah, the colors bleed from my heart. It's sinking deep in a hole. It's solid gold. I don't need your love, need your blood, need your head games.
Gotta love that. Brand new music from Kill the Lights, or at least their latest single, called Nothing Left, which is actually off their album Death Melodies, which came out in 2024 around this time. I think March 8th was the release date for that one. But a great album featuring ex-members of Bullet for My Valentine, among others. If you haven't heard Kill the Lights, go and check them out. Great band for sure. I really dig it. And of course, before that, Broken Love, spelled B-R-K-N, Love. Their song Diamonds, catchy song from them. And Harem Scarum back with a brand new song, Chasing Euphoria. Down to the end of the show for the second time now that we've got this whole time change thing done for this time of the year. We're going to leave you with 3 tunes, a brand new song from Heaven Below. Their new song called The Killer Is Me, followed by another new one from Inglorious. They're back with another new song called Testify, and Behemoth. We're going to close out with them with their song The Shadow Elite, another brand new song. Tons of new songs today. Hope you dug the show. Make sure to stick around. Lots of great tunes coming here on your favorite station if you're listening. And again, check out my website, richembury.rocks. If you want to find out when the shows replay or when the podcasts come out, you can catch them there or most major podcast apps. But again, the best way to listen is on your favorite station right here, same time, same channel. We'll see y'all next time. Stay sexy, keep those horns up high, and always, always, always crank it loud.
As though I know you, you take up all my time. The days, the nights that I lie awake, you run my mind. And now it's time to face the fear of your demise. So count down to lunacy, 'cause I come alive. Stand by for my confession. It's your life that's my obsession. I rise but my face is unknown. Hard to breathe when I get you alone. Open your eyes right now and you will see. You'll see the killer is me. I arrive like your fear of the dark. You idolize what you know is so wrong. You're pushed to kill, you fantasize, but I've been here all along. You're forced to laugh, you're forced to cry, you to death until you die. I rise, but the face is unknown. Hard to breathe when I get you alone. Open your eyes right now and you will see. I am the killer. I can feel your body shaking. You've been right for the taking. All the times I swore I left you, all the times you only let me down. You let me down. I almost feel as though I know you. I almost feel as though I know you. I rise, but my face is unknown. Hard to breathe when I get you alone.
Rich Embury's Retrograde. Everything that rocks.
Well, I guess the show's over.
I don't think so, sir.